hip, and everywhere, and hip and thigh, and it is for the sake of sanity. I am blessed by the blessed be Marduk and Samas, for the fact that my health is I determine my health through the sight of my my huge problematic spot, and there's a case of every female is right here. I have stretch marks, like everyone has stretch marks. I have, you know, like the stretch marks, the number of stretch marks that we have seen in our life. And hooray, the Cannery situation, that's cute and innocent, the Cannery situation. And Jasper Dale, who eventually at the 6 years, eventually puts on a cylinder, a top hat, and moves. They haven't had, of course, they discovered Dr. or Professor Sydney, Professor Sydney would be Mr. Sagittarius, Mr. There a new film coming out about Eeyores, about I call them well, any other Kobua, you know, any clock, but a male one, a movie about donkeys. Donkey, do you perform donkey kicks? Like, do people perform? Is that food? Yes. And now picture this. Picture us touching Eo. No, you want to go to definitely similars. Hooray for the architect that built these walls. Our feet, those are not the most handsome, because I'm in a rush. I am in a rush, therefore I did not have chosen. I have a sock fetish. Like, it is like definitely not the singularity, having a sock fetish. Okay, therefore, yet I'm not in that level that I would be getting pedicures. Okay, but we're getting pedicures. I got a pedicure. I just got a pedicure on the moped. Mars Stone Age, in the Jetsons, and Ellery Jetson is being sent to the film. There's a film EO coming out about donkeys in Norway. There's going to be the premiere. The movie director is Magnus Kavalerovich, and it is going to be at the Swedish, Nordic, and that means Jewish, Mr. Steinmeyer Film Festival of the Universe, and of meeting, and we were meeting, and first of all, we're making the planet happy when us are touching with our shoes. Currently, I'm not shoesed. I'm not currently shoesed. When we touch them, the celestial bodies, the regolith thereof. I know. I have a memory foam pillow. I am a practical person. I'm a practical woman. I don't dwell upon aesthetics, not to a large extent. Like, my pillow is like the most simplistic. Picture the thing that, like, Gustav, Gustav has been in Siberia, and my friend David Mitzner, a person from the APAC, American Israeli Federation of Israeli citizens of the scientific coalition that are receiving books in the mail. We're going to the mail and we're printing 57 copies of a book, and I'm sending it to Erich. Oh God, I said it so wrong. I'm sending it to Eric and Olaf. No. That is definitely not the way that it is going to. I'm not sending it to kids. I'm sending it to adults. Yeah, and no, but I'm sending gifts, presents, it's gift time, and okay, deadline, caution. The deadline is the Mars Society meeting in Norway. Everyone dreams about Norway because that is where Mr. Nobel has, and it is a race. Would you be either be short or long of 57 million Norwegian coronas and a Norwegian citizenship? Therefore, we're meeting at the palace, and the zip codes in Norway have 3 digits because the citizens of Norway are sparse. There are very, very few of them. And hooray for the Cannery that has, and we are saying hello to EO, and also I'm ordering the back issues of Urania. Me and my friend Aries. No, Aries is magical. You can't say, oh, Aries. No, they are satanic. They are satanic. Have you seen their horns? And they're, and when you are when your gender is Marduk and you're an Aries, then you have those gymnastic. I'm sure, perhaps Tet has been Tet Steinmeyer, perhaps they have been in Rosa tillsammans. They have been in Aries, age 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 9 they were not. They were Tet and Stefan was I feel bad for them because they were child of a loser, 2 losers. Elizabeth was definitely not Elizabeth Windsor of England. They were a fat piggy, smoking cigarettes, and having 2 kids, a blonde pig. And, well, I'm sure if someone is born blonde, they're born blonde. But that was a dyed blonde in Sweden, where everyone is blonde, they were dyed blonde. And a wife of a drunkard who, instead of having sex, they were hitting each other. I know this from autopsy. I know how married couples in my family have been beating each other. The father has beat the mother whilst in pregnancy. So first he beats her vagina, he beats her throat through the through between the legs of her thighs and with the penis, and then he beats her. He beats such a person like the father from Rosa tillsammans, the stupid drunkard, beats the abdomen, the abdominal area of the woman. That has taken place in a place that I have seen in 1997, or even it was before that. It was just like Thomas the cat, Thomas, and one of the alley cats, and that is the way. Instead of going to Africa, they just don't. There completely exists zero practical requirement for abortions just to avoid having stupid deliberations such as Roe versus Wade about violent females who were fighting men's violence, and they were forming coalitions of ferocious women. Don't have this is memory foam. Examples from the monarchs. Babies arrive, people, not babies. No, babies. So if a guy sees the girl's nice, they call her a baby. Yeah, but people in castles and palaces, they don't multiply, they don't duplicate and triplicate and multiply the conduct of animals. In the movie EO, the moon of the matter of satellite of Jupiter. We love Jupiter. I love Jupiter. Jupiter is Beatus vir mammon. Yeah, is magical angel. Crazy. And I love Jupiter. Jupiter is the king of life. They're very powerful. Yeah, it does not mean that we have to visit Jupiter because it's not existent. Yeah, it has the magnetic sphere, but like I'm not convinced. I'm a very realistic Marduk. And Marduk, there's only one Marduk. Marduk, Marduk. There exists a singularity of Marduk. There aren't multiplications of Marduk because Marduk, because I don't proliferate. I don't proliferate. I don't procrastinate, and I don't proliferate. I do not multiply. I don't have kids. Therefore, there aren't going to be other Marduks out there. And I don't. There are other people, and they're welcome. Other magical people out there, athletes. Yet definitely not Marduk. There. Come on. Yep. No, like there's no room for kids in my life. I'm not. I'm practical. I'm very practical. I'm not nurturing. I am not into parenting. I don't feel like parenting. I have went through that once with Hill, with Mr. Hill, Mr. Hooper in New Mexico, a ranger from the South, from the William Howard Taft relative, and therefore I am never undergoing through that process again. Because I was like, okay, so I have to be your papa. I was like, papa, and I was like, oh, papa, mama. I was like, I'm not a mama. So that was really heading nowhere. And I went to Arizona during the time when the Trump presidency occurred. Just like it was 2014. That was antiquity. And now it's 22, but that was antiquity. Really? No, that was no. That was 2016 when the Trump presidency occurred. See, this is Gemini. This is the Gemini constellation, and I'm getting a leather cover of the book that I'm sending to the members of the Naval Cooperative Organization, Science and Technology, Bainbridge, NASA Street organization. Airborne in Swedish. That is a euphemism for Jewish. I hope because they don't call them a kike or association, organization, club, or not club. Club is like for little babies. Organization in space. Sending that to its members. 57 copies I'm sending out, and. So on the cover of that book, the book is going to be covered in leather, and the paper of the pages of the book, they are, yes, my dear, yes, mommy, really, mommy is just like I'm not female. My gender is Marduk, and I'm the paper. Current mood, I don't have mood swings. I'm Mercury, and I'm Pluto here in our solar system and similar. And I don't have mood swings. You cannot turn me off. I don't get turned on. I'm adamant. I'm adamant. That means I am immovable. I don't get excited. I don't get scared. Scared? No, not really. I overcome fright. And I don't get excited at all. I don't get emotional. I'm not emotional, and I'm cool. Here, don't go. The Duchess is coming. All right, Dorian. Lord Henry, I am tired of strawberries. They become you only in public. That was a miss. Oh, Mr. Manuel has ears. The age of those hearing. I wish there has been the button from foil. And the answer, darn me. And the paper is going to be like this, of that book that I'm sending out. Oh, but now to praise Trump Tiffany in 2000, no, Tiffany's 1993, 13th, the 13th, yet as of actuality in 2005, in Kislev, I'm sitting in Grand Central, and I have my Tiffany bag. You know what's in my Tiffany bag? In my Tiffany bag, 2005, I have diamond stud earrings like this, with bought from the Tiffany's, and I have a watch from Travers, and also that was in Fifth Avenue. There was a Italian, they were like mixed racial business and there were wedding rings. I spent like 1 hour in there with paying with stuff. Payot, yeah, well, I don't know, come on. And so I got a watch from there. And from there, I wait, what was it? Then the Burberry store, yeah, but also then I went to Lincoln Center. And I spent, well, it was like, distances. In Manhattan, it's huge. And because the people who built it, they must have been Geminis, because it is like it's very thin and gigantic, like Geminis. Geminis are huge. Stashik was a Gemini. Therefore, Mr. Sommerstein, they were so large. Yeah, but to praise Tiffany, how beautiful. Tiffany is, and on the cover of that, it's going to be leather. The cover of that book, 57 copies of the book that I'm making, is going to be soft leather, nice leather. And then we're also going to talk and analyze with back issues of Urania, the patron of astronomers and astrophysicists, Urania. Back issues from the 1887, 1857, when the Astronomical Union was the monarch, the royal, from the Stanisław August Poniatowski and that area, and they have formed in the royal bathrooms, spa, water. They have the Astrophysical Society, and in back issues, it's valuable. I love it, and they cost only 5 agorot. That's really cheap. It's so valuable. It's so sweet. I love it because my friend in the PTA, the society, the Royal Norwegian and Scandinavian Swedish Society and Greenland Society of the Green Eyes, has an Aries. They are Aries, but they're the Greens, and they are like they collect books. I love Aries. Aries is beautiful. They are so, they show, like, not that they show you the way, somehow they have this thing where they really, to a great extent, they care so much about their friends. They have some, like, parental properties. Definitely something with them, with those Arieses, that they really care about their friends, and they have a rest, like a Januszek of friends around them. People love Aries because Aries is so good. You think that Mars is the Roman barbarian Ares? No, it's not Ares Tub. It's not Aries Tub. They're not in the strength in them transforms not into aggression, yet wisdom and being a sage. My friend, I said my friend Lucas, they have been Lucas. It's stupid. No, but it's stupid. I mean, it was not Montgomery Fisher. Montgomery Fisher was a Gemini. That's different. That's Mercury, and that was Mars. And I already said it. There was a 16-year-old. They get a 16-year-old who talks with a very low voice. They talk with a very low voice, And we're also going to be analyzing the situation of Urania. Hence, I'm ordering back issues of Urania, even from the 70s or 60s. It's fascinating to see. It was called Postępy Astronomii. It is the progressions of astronomy. It is a piece of glass. It's interesting, and it's fascinating. Also, like I'm collecting envelopes with my name, and so Aries are so they're very. That's why we love Mars. To be honest, I don't like the orange color. Orange. My favorite colors. I like pastel colors. I like turquoise. The poor Uran. Like, what have they done to you? What they have done to your situation? Like, Uran, you're so wise. Are you a gas giant? Oh, I think we cannot wait, because Neptune and Uranus, no, probably, like, I wonder, like, we definitely have to pronounce that in Norwegian. And also in Hebrew, you know that in Hebrew the planets have their names? Even Mars has a name. And so we're going on a tour around the Neptunian. But you know, the great thing about Uran, our beautiful patron, is that they're magical. Their real estates are, as we know, Umbria, Julia, Desdemona, Bianco, Puck, Umbriel, Ariel, Miranda, Titan, Obedic, Stefano, Prosperity, the satellites of Uranus. What idiot has? That's fascinating. Brad has been to Neptune, but he, I guess, omitted Uran. Look how magical it is. Look at its atmosphere. The atmosphere of Uran is methane, ammonia, and water. I love those colors, and it is breathtakingly beautiful. The blue planet. The blue planet. I like turquoise. When I was a preteen, I have been a huge fan of the color turquoise. I had turquoise walls in my room. I had turquoise painted walls, and my furniture had turquoise finishings, because I like turquoise. For me, it's beautiful. I love it, and I find it my favorite color. Yeah, I have favorite color. Look, this is what Uranus looks like of Urania. When I met my great friend they're born on the 19th of April. They're in Aries, but they also claim to be born on the 9th of oh yeah, and it has a opposite, like Venus. Uran has well, instead of rotating this way, they rotate this way. See, and they're lying on their side. Uran. They have moons and rings, and they have the beautiful rings. I'm fascinated. I like going to Uran, and they are magical. Look how much space matter is drawn to them. It is because of their positive and beautiful atmosphere. They're in magnetosphere. Planet number 9, and yes, and a trip around the sun at well, you choose it. No, it's not that cold in there. Past Neptune. They're sibling planets, I guess. Sibling planets. Neptune and Neptune. They painted him purple. Painted purple. I want to see you painted purple. I want to see you painted purple. Painted purple. But they painted him blue. Neptune. This is my shirt. It's a shirt that I wear at the faculty of the University of Warsaw, and Warsaw, and I like it. I wear it for special occasions, and because it's imported. Iceland cap, the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, so the praise of Uranus, and yeah, there definitely can be a good analysis of the beauty of the power and magic of, how do you guys in England, in America, pronounce them? Because I know that they are like Aries. They have the properties of Mars. I guess they're in conjunction with Mars often. That they communicate with Mars, and I know quite a few persons who whose particles have flown from 37 astronomical units from the distance from the planet Uran, and they motivate. I am meeting this person, and they motivate you, and they're so nice. I don't usually analyze it because it's not my thing. But for example, in Spain, you have the Union of a Virgin, who and a water bearer. So their colors are light purple. So I guess they maybe perhaps from their sibling planet Neptune. Light yellow, and glass is a piece of glass. Well, really, that is because they're queer. Aquarius is unbelievably queer, and they have schizophrenia, and because they have like divisions inside of their brain, inside of their soul, their mind, inside of the way they think. They have compartments. They have a split personality. They have split Uranus's Aquariuses. When they have plenty of people all around them in their real life, in their like everyday situations. They have a lot of actors in their life, and they play little theaters or large theaters with their real life. That is the power of Valentine's Day, and is it really? It's so quirky. And that's like the quirkiest actor, Buzz Aldrin. It starts from the 20th of January, and Professor Rendezvous, they're 21st of January, and they have scientific analysis, experimentation, separating themselves. Oh yeah, I heard that when I was in February 1998. I was sitting and nothing was going on, and some guy with long hair strolled into my area with the Colin Firth that plays in a film, like the Falkland film. And I was like sitting, nothing going on, and I was like, oh yeah, it's really bad in here, and it smells, and people are suffering. It was like the torture room, and a guy strolled in with long hair, and they're like, well, have you seen an astral body? Not astral body, ciało astralne, and that means a astral body is a situation when you're getting out of your own body and you're seeing yourself from the top, from above, like you're floating in the air, and you're seeing your life from above, like you're looking at your life from a perspective of the look back time and future thinking, and you're analyzing in a long perspective. You're analyzing your and generally the situation of the universe or the world, and you're thinking, oh, here it is, Aquarius, like life does not happen the water and bear, and so the constellation, I'm putting the constellations on that leather cover of that book that I'm printing. I'm going there on Monday because tomorrow's going to include, I think. Yeah, but so I've got things, and So they're the Aquariuses. I like Aquarius a lot, but like, yeah, they're also eccentric. They're crazy eccentric. They are eccentric. They wear the quirkiest clothing, and they also love art. They love like artistic things. They have beautiful homes. Aquariuses, people born in Valentine's Day area, they have beautiful homes. There's like they have art in there, and kind of like, oh, they're not dealing with black magic yet. They're dealing with like scientific analysis. I noticed from Mr. Pan Michael Space Steinmeyer. They are also mystical, intriguing, magic, genius, original, eccentric, independent, humanitarian. Yeah. I've known them since 2013 when I bought Goldman, and that was when I met Steinmeyer, and they are humanitarian, nice, famous, political, very creative. They love art, electric, magnetic, and telecommunications. They are easy to communicate with others, which means that they care for others. They are that means Mr. Loving. You can rely on them, and they are they're nice to work with them. They have a scientific, hence Professor Rendezvous. They were 35 and already a doctor professor of astrophysics, and from a engineering institution from like the Polytechnic in the 60s, and they act independently. They're passionate. They are passionate about people. Hence, they have schizophrenia, which is great. Now, schizophrenia is a quite an elite thing. I don't have schizophrenia. I have a single compartment inside of my brain. That's Mercury. I'm very singular inside of my head. I don't have actors, but Aquarius, they do. I go to Michael's studio, Michał Przerwa-Tetmajer, a grand person of a poet from Zakopane. No, in the 19th century, people like poets and rich people, they go to the mountains and they live there. They're creative, and they are oddanym przyjacielem. They are a good friend. Isn't that so sweet? And really? But they're also governed by Saturn. I didn't know that. I thought it was only Uranus. So, in the Vodnik, Aquarius, they are governed by Uranus and Saturn. So, if someone is under the strong influence of Saturn, of an Aquarius person, they're going to be very original and unusual ideas. Hence, like, they wouldn't have not went to the moon if not probably for Aldrin, and Uran in astrophysics is a planet, celestial body. You don't call this a celestial body, and that is also symbolizing wisdom, a practical mądrość, wisdom. Stosowana, practical wisdom, when the wisdom and sage, the saga wisdom in theory and practice meet, they eat meat, and the planning for a future. So future time. In astrophysics, you have two types of time. In space, there are two different, there's historical time, when I see history playing before me, and then you also have future time, and would be in this book. But generally, when you can, if you are Mr. Water, if I am Mr. Water, and I live with water. Water is friendly to me. I love the feeling of water on my body. No, not body on my body, yet water on my body. Because as a earth person, I like the feeling. I go very great with. I go very good with 69 because it is it has been known that is the greatest for me. The greatest match is Leo, and but they didn't picture this a Leo in the Regulus. They didn't picture a Leo. Look, we have a Leo. No. Oh. Yeah, a Leo. Yeah, isn't that so beautiful? Right. Well, yeah, but like I'm not getting too comfortable.